technical difficulties, and I didn't get done with blessings to the connection as quickly as I would have liked to. I was trying to give my phone, that's on I think its last leg, a little bit more charging time. It is just not charging like it should, and so done. I did talk about it a little bit last night. I'm telling you, the gentleman that dealt with us with the spectrum and all that kind of stuff, he was amazing. And so we're going to be transferring over to Spectrum and getting new phones because we're done. Hi, Sandy. We're having problems with reception a little bit. We're having issues here and there with stuff. My phone isn't charging, so it needs a new battery. Hi, New Horizons. So anyway, I got a couple of suggestions last night. We looked at other things. We looked at TrackPhone too. That was a suggestion. I looked at that today. Unfortunately, TrackPhone does not have an iPhone that's higher than about 128, gigs, and I have to have the 256 because I use so much memory. Great suggestion, but again, then having to pay for the phones outright. We need 3. My mom needs a new phone. Her battery's going. Josh needs a new one. He's having issues. So all around, it just needs to have them. And so that was a great suggestion, but it won't work because they don't have, we started with iPhones back in 2013 somewhere. Hi, Creating Change. 2013, something like that. And we have been an iPhone family. So now we have all this music on the iPhone and all the stuff we've had for over probably 15 years. We've had iPhones. And my husband's like, no. Even my daughter, who we started her on an iPhone, her husband likes Android. And he said, I'll have Android. She said, well, I'm sticking with iPhone. So if you're going to love me, you're going to love the fact that I'm an iPhone user. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. But there are leaves starting to change. Yay! There are 2 trees over there that are actually starting to turn. I'm loving it. There's trees in the back, towards the back of the back of where we have there's houses, and then there's like a whole thing of trees. And there's one tree I look for every year, and I'm like, when that starts changing, I know fall is on its way. And sure enough, the one tree is starting to lighten up a little bit, and it actually is starting to lose a little bit of its leaves. But those 2 trees, they're starting to actually turn. I'm loving it. I love fall. I was talking to somebody. We went to 2 doctor's appointments today with Josh. And I was talking with somebody, and they go, isn't it beautiful outside? Yeah. I said, I saw fall leaves. And they said, shh, because they said then the winter. And I said, no, I'm a winter's girl. I love fall. And they said, yeah, you like fall, but you don't like the winter. I said, no, I actually like the winter. I actually like the snow. I actually like that. She said, I was raised in Florida. So you have to understand, I was raised in Florida. So when the leaves start changing, this girl gets happy. And I just get excited when I start seeing leaves change. I love it. Yeah, there's 2 trees over there. If I can point my camera, I don't want to take it off this thing, but I'll see what I can do. There's 2 trees over there, and they're actually turning. And that one in the back is starting to kind of get a little lighter or so forth. We had a little bit of a cold snap recently, so maybe in early fall. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. I have to stand up for a minute. I can point. I'm not going to take it off the way I have it. Let's see if I can see it in the camera. See, I don't know if you can see over there. Trying to get it to be seen a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. Those trees, those 2 are like right there. I can't point my finger, but you can see it, a little orange in the back, just a little bit. You can see it. And then back there, those trees back there, we look for them. And when they start turning, that's when we go, okay, fall is on its way. I'll turn you this way now. So you see it? Yep. That was like, so, and then we went to Sam's Club yesterday, which was exhausting. And we had to go pick up a couple more things. And so we went there and we actually stopped off and we got a whole pizza and sat there and we didn't eat the whole pizza. We brought some home actually. It was actually really good. Nice and hot. It was good. It was actually a really good pizza. Josh hasn't had pizza in a long time because sometimes tomatoes bother him and he's like, no, these are really, really, really good. And so we had a pizza. We brought that home and I'm telling you, after this live, I'm going to go crash because I'm tired. Yesterday was big. Yesterday I woke up and I don't know if it was sinus pressure or whatever, but I had a couple like very short little bouts of vertigo, which I woke up and I tilted my head and the whole room was spinning for like what seemed like forever, but it was like 10 seconds. And then I bent down to get something out of the refrigerator and it happened again. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I haven't had another one since. So I don't know if it's all the sinus pressure. I started with like sailing and all that kind of stuff to kind of loosen everything up there. But I haven't had one since. And then we went to Sam's Club. So I kept moving Blessings Through Connections Live because like I'm not going to be home by 2. And by the time we got out, I'm like, I'm not going to be home by 4. So let me move it to 9. And then we got busy on the phone with the phone place. And it was like 9 o'clock. And I was like, nah, I'm done. Hi, Jason P. I'm like, I had so many numbers running through my head. I said to the guy, I'm like, there should be a way for you as an employee of Spectrum, right, to be able to go on, put in all the stuff of everybody and be able to say, boom, this is what your price per month is going to be. And he had to literally manually figure it out. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. There has to be a way so that he could put in, you want this, you want this, you want this. This is what it's going to be per month. And it was like, I think I could break into Fort Knox easier than you can do this. He was really good. Because when we went to the Spectrum store, we got one lady that told us one thing and another lady that told us, or gentleman that told us something else. And I'm like, it was like a $50, $60 difference. And I'm like, I gotta know which way is going up. So I'm like, okay. So I said to Josh recently, I said, we're gonna have to do something because I said my phone is taking forever to charge. So, and that's not good. And my mother's is on the charger a lot because it dies so quick. And it's like, we're going to have to do something. And it costs, replace the battery isn't cheap. But my Lord. And you call other places and it's like, it's ridiculous. So my ears are still kind of wonky. And, the one thing I was thinking too was like, I said it to Josh, and maybe they just don't have it in stock, but I'm like, they should offer like the 13s and the 14s so you don't have them. It's like, and it was a better promotion to get 3 16s and trade in our old phones and get the money back because we're going to get like almost like over $400 of trade-in value with the promotions they were having. So who knows? Hi, Fuzzies. We will see. I'm going to do a review. First, I want to do a review on what the service is and how we like it. And then I'm going to do a review on whether or not the bill is actually what they say it's going to be. I'm hoping to goodness gracious that that's exactly what it is after all this finagling. And the problem is we don't live in like a city. We live in rural areas. Even though this has a neighborhood kind of vibe and so forth, it's still somewhat out in the country. And when Josh and I were going to Columbus, we were going on country roads. So if you go with something like track phone or something like that, and I thought, well, let me look at track phone because somebody mentioned that. Hi, Jeanette. I'm like, unfortunately, it didn't have the memory capability I need for the iPhone. You still have to pay them outright. And I'm like, that wasn't going to work. And I'm like, you have to kind of be careful when you're going with something, especially out here, because sometimes you need a bigger company because you're not in an actual city to be able to do it. And so I was like, it is what it is. You know, I wish I had gotten used to Android phones to some degree because they're a little bit less expensive, but we became iPhone users and I can't get away from it. Oh, we've done too much with them. We have all our music on iPhone. So anyway, we'll see. Hi, Budget Bliss. So we'll see. I'll let you all know. We ordered cases today for all of them. They're supposed to be here Monday. See, like my phone started at 62% or 64%. It's been sitting on the charger for like 2 hours and it got to 64%. And I even had it on airplane mode. This is how what it's getting to be. And I had it on airplane mode. And I had it at 62% when I came out here, and it's sitting at 47% now. So, you know, it's going to become a problem eventually, and that's not going to work. So, you have to do what you have to do. Not what I like to do, but what I have to do. But usually with most of the iPhones we've gotten, we've been able to pay for them and buy them, but we couldn't do it this time. But we just need to do it. Christina's going to be jealous because she has an iPhone 12. We told her in advance. We said, if we do this, we're going to get iPhones. We bought her last iPhone. And, you know, her iPhone 12. I said, after that, it's your husband's responsibility. But she told him when she got married, she said, you're Android, I'm iPhone. So, anyway. Everybody has their pick of what they like and what they don't like. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm grateful just to have a phone. I can tell you that. Okay, that's to that one. Figuring out. Beautiful out though. And I have to see if when we do this, I think, where did it go? I think we can get, I think I can use a green screen when I use YouTube. I'm going to have to look at it, I think, because I didn't even look at it, but I think you can. And I'll have to look into getting like a green screen thing for the bedroom. Because I love y'all, but I'm not going out here in snowy 20-degree weather. But I figured out if we got a green screen, then at least I can do it on the phone. Then we can have pictures and I can have like something in the background or something like that in the bedroom, and then you're not looking at least I have something pretty to look at, right? All right, so this is the one I'm doing. This is the one, I finished the other one, so this is the one I'm doing. And got fluff on my shirt. I was kind of in cowgirl mood today. I had this brown shirt on and I had my brown sandals on. I'll wear my sandals as long as I can right before the winter starts. My brown cow sandals I got for Christmas. I actually got to wear it. It took me a while to wear them. Yes, it is. It's for a lady at church who is one of our pastors that's kind of wives that we don't have a pastor right now, so they're kind of helping us with that. So she has multiple sclerosis, and so the church wanted me to do a blanket to give to her. So she always says God is good all the time, and so her favorite color is red. So I finished the other blanket. That one's done. It's got to get washed. I finished the special little other project I have, so I'm going to decide how much of that yarn I'm keeping, and then Jeanette, I will send you the rest. Hi, Shatika. So hopefully I'm praying that, you know, I got the gentleman's, his supervisor's email and phone number. Yes, I said, if it's not going to be the price you quoted, I'm going to call. So we'll see. As I said, believe me, I'll be calling. Somebody's cooking something. I can smell something. Smells good. And I have got to have my mother cut my hair tonight. It's getting way too long. It's time for the Fulberizer on my hair. So I'm tired. I am tired tonight. There's Mocha. I hear her barking. There's the Mochas. So, and then we have another live tomorrow at 8 o'clock over at Blessings Through Connection. And then one Saturday at 2 p.m. Trying to get the Bible verses caught up. Trying to start editing the devotions. Getting those caught up. I've got to do the video for Schmitz and the video for our anniversary. I've got to get those done this weekend. Try to. Mom's computer is not working correctly. Thankfully, we have Jared, who is my son-in-law, who is very versed in computers. So we will see if he can fix it, because if she can get on her computer, then that would help me a lot, you know, with some of the background stuff that needs to get done. Somebody's cooking something, and it smells really, really good. It smells good. Oh, excuse me, guys. Those trees are for sure turning. I love seeing them turn. Oh, they're my favorite time. And I love going down to the Amish country too when they start turning too, because that's my favorite time too. Everybody ready for the weekend? Now, next week is two things. There is a blueberry festival on Friday I may go to here in Mansfield, and Schmidt's trucks are at the blueberry festival. And then we've invited the kids to another place. If they won't come along, then we're going to go. Saturday is a laser show and balloon thing, so I can take you all there. And then in September, I think September the 14th, don't quote me on it, the Clydesdales, the Budweiser Clydesdales are coming to the area between 3 and 5. So hi Jeffrey, I told Christina, we've seen the Clydesdales down in Florida, but we haven't seen them when they've hooked them up to the horses and all that kind of stuff, you know, the wagon and so forth. So if she doesn't come along, she says she wants to because it's her birthday month too. If she doesn't come, then we'll go to that too, so you guys can see that, because then I can possibly do a live or film with all the horses and so forth. So we're definitely going to try to do that. Oh, there's a FedEx truck. No, it's not FedEx. Oh, it's not FedEx. So those are a couple things to be looking at or looking forward to. I'm sure she'll come with the Clydesdales, but Clydesdales, and then the balloon and laser show is next weekend, and then the Blueberry Festival. So those are just a couple things that we may be looking at. A couple upcoming things. And I've got to start thinking of ideas for the Fall Fest. We're going to be doing one for both channels, so I have to get the ideas going for that one. So a couple little things to think of. Be looking forward to. And then starting to see the fall leaves change. I'm so excited. I can see back there with the trees that they're thinning out. They're not as thick as they were. We have not had a real rainy season this year. It hasn't been. I always, up here, I don't like it when the spring comes and we've got the rainy season, and then, you know, when you have the storms coming in and tornado threats, I'm like, and so we have not had rain for at least, I would say, I don't know, probably a week and a half. It's been quite a little bit of time. So I'm looking forward to, and if we have a rain when the fall leaves start, then it knocks them off. If we have a big wind or rain right about the time we're supposed to have the fall leaves, that's kind of like, then we lose the leaves and then we don't have a lot. So one thing to start thinking of, just a little suggestion, hopefully everybody can hear me, my mic's working good. You know, I started doing something today, actually, because when I go into other people's channels that I'm not connected with, and I make a comment on one of their shorts or their videos or something like that, right? I actually sit there and I say, new subscriber. And I sat there today going, you know what? I don't like that. And for some reason, I was having trouble spelling subscriber. I knew how to spell it, but it just wasn't coming to the brain. And so I looked up what subscriber as I was on the computer to be able to look at. And I looked at about what the meaning said. And I thought, it's saying paid in advance. You know, you subscribe for something, you're paying in advance. And I thought, people can give if they wish to, super chats or, you know, memberships and all that kind of stuff on any one of the monetized channels. But again, I don't like the idea of people having that in their necessarily head when they think of subscription. And so when I was going through finding some new channels and making comments, I decided to change out what I usually put was new subscriber. And I said, you know what? I took that out and I thought, I said new connection. And I thought that's what we're doing here on the YouTube streets, is making those connections. So let me, instead of putting subscriber in the comment, because I like to put those in so people know, wait, this is a new person to my community. Let me get rid of subscriber and get that out of the brain and put new connection. Because that is in essence what I'm doing with the channel, with their channel that I found. I'm making a new connection, not doing a subscription. I'm going to make a new connection to be able to help support their community. And so it was just something I thought of. And I gotta look at what I'm supposed to do here before I go any further. But just something to kind of think of as you're kind of going around in the YouTube streets. You know, to kind of think of, to say, to maybe put that in certain comments in the thing below, is something to just think about. I thought it'd be interesting to kind of bring that up and think about maybe placing that in the comment feeds and putting, you know, whatever you want to put, but just let them know, hey, this is a new connection instead of necessarily a new subscriber. Because that's what we're doing on YouTube. We're making those connections, and it's not about the audience. It's about, or the building an audience, it's about building a community. So it's just something I thought I'd throw out there. I thought I'm going to stop putting that. I'm going to start putting new connection. And hopefully I'm still alive. See, I never know. With YouTube, sometimes it's kind of like, okay, are you still there? And we'll probably try to hop on a live maybe before we go over to Alfonso's on Saturday, because I have to gift memberships away. So I can't do it when I'm on here unless I bring out the computer, and I'm not doing that, the laptop. So anyway, I didn't think about doing that, because I could have done it so we could have given it out tonight. It need me going in the house. There's a certain way you have to be able to do it in order to do it. So maybe before we leave here, I'll go in the house and take the phone with me and go in and give the memberships, or I'll just do it on Saturday. Yeah, that'll be a good idea to do it on Saturday. We'll do a live, we'll do a live about 7:30, 7:45, something like that. And we'll head over to Alfonso's, and I'll give the memberships out. Here we go. You can see it says time, and it says the, working on the word all. Having to kind of work on I'm having to do each row. I put the words I'm using, so I've had to do each row and then figure out count the amount of, you know, things I need, and then take it and divide it. It's like I can't. That's why I've had to roll. It's trash night tonight, so everybody's putting their trash out. And guys, if there's things that we need to do better to bring more people into the chat, bring them into the community, please let us know. We are trying to grow. Um, we are trying to do things that, you know, gives you guys the support and the connection that's so important. Um, if there's things that we need to improve on, our emails in our link tree, please let us know. Because we know that YouTube is not, their notifications aren't always accurate, unfortunately. And one thing that I'm going to try to do, experiment wise, is I'm going to start actually planning out lives. Probably either next week or the following week. I haven't decided yet. Planning out lives. Hi, the Flow Farm. Planning out lives for the next like month for here. So we can see if that does not help. It kind of like in a little experiment to see if planning out lives, putting them in, scheduling them, doesn't improve things and doesn't have it kind of sit in the algorithm of everything. And thank you so much. I've been working on Veterans House. That's awesome. I have some yarn and I'm collecting it to go ahead and send you some yarn. Working on that. I just have to look at it. Probably won't be till next week before I can send it out. And but anyway, and just see, I want to see doing a month consistently of that, if that doesn't help too as well. Just kind of like an experiment. Hi, Aqua. Kind of a little experiment to see how the numbers go and what it does to the algorithm and everything. So maybe this week or next week, we'll start doing that. We'll schedule them out a month in advance. I think one thing that's actually hurt us a little bit is the lack of being able to have StreamYard. But unfortunately, StreamYard's having some difficulties, for sure. And they also really had some customer flaws with stuff. I have to figure out how to get your guys' comments on the screen. But when I was doing it with StreamYard, if I was out and about, I could go on StreamYard and go into a live. I can't necessarily do that with, I could, but I haven't figured out how to do it with Streamlabs. You can do it on your phone, your mobile phone, but it's not as easy and it's not as, it's kind of cumbersome a little bit. So it's like if I schedule them, I need to make sure that we have nothing for the day going on so I can be consistent with it. So it's something that I want to do an experiment. Oh, I'm sure they are, that someone cares. Absolutely. And like I said, I've got the yarn. I just kind of have to go through and see what I'm going to send you out of what I had. But I wanted to see and do a little experiment, see what the numbers are going to be like. Because unfortunately, we know that YouTube's notification systems is not, it's not as accurate as it should be. You know, it just isn't. Their whole system is kind of a little bit not as accurate. So we'll see. In December, what we're going to do is we do a live every day in December. And I usually do those and we schedule them for 7 o'clock every day. And then I kind of alter, you know, I change them if need be. But again, that's going to have to be one that we're going to have to kind of do a mixture of stuff too as well. Some will be on the phone scheduled, some will be on the computer scheduled, and so we'll have to see. But when, like I said, when I had the StreamYard, I could just go on the, go to the web, go on, and was able to do it. And it's going to be a little different this year. Hi, Alfonso. How you doing? Well, we'll see. I've got to contact Gail with Southern Living because she wants to have me on. Talk about both of our channels. Both of her channels. So I am blessed even though you had to work today. Well, that's good. We had 2 doctor's appointments with Josh. And then we had to go to Sam's Club. And then we went, there's a phone. Hi, Cruz. How are you? There's a phone store that we got our cases that I have right here. And I said to Josh, well, let's go stop in there real quick. I went in there to see if they had anything. And they didn't. So they didn't have anything that we wanted. So I will share the cases that we got because we have, my mom's an Amazon affiliate. So anything that we got for our cell phones, we'll share the cases for. My mom found a really pretty manga case. It almost looks like stained glass for the 16. It's really pretty. So we'll share any of that stuff that we got for it. But she got one. It looks like stained glass with flowers on it. It's really pretty. And I got one that looks like tie-dye with purple and turquoise or blue, like a turquoise blue. And then I got like a temporary little, because it's a MAGA case, like a ring thing, but I want to eventually get like a MAGA customized one with our little, or with our logo on it. So, and I have to work on the logo for this channel, get that revised a little bit. Now, Alfonso, I've got to send you the logo for or not the logo, the car for Blessings Through Connection. I keep forgetting to do that. I'll do that tomorrow. In no hurry, but we've got to lighten up the car. I tried it. I finally was able to get a merch store just for Blessings Through Connection. And I tried to put the car on it, but it's too dark. So I'll send it to you. You'll see what I mean. And we'll have to work on that. I'm sure there's a way. There's a way to do it. No hurry, but I will send it. It's not going to be today. It's not going to be tonight. Probably tomorrow. But yes, in Ohio, I am. And we are starting to see fall leaves a changing. And I am thrilled to death. You saw the files? Yeah, I'll show you what I'm seeing on my end so you can see it. And then it's not going to be tonight. After this I'm going to be going in, getting comfy, and I am tuckered. Oof. We had Sam's Club yesterday, and then I had a couple episodes of Vertigo, which I haven't had in years. There's wood, knock on wood. I don't have them again. They were just very quick episodes when I woke up yesterday. I think I slept funny, and maybe everything kind of, the sinus stuff all got in like one area. I don't know. But I don't want it back again. That's for sure. I don't want it. 1, 2, 3. So and then we got on the phone with the Spectrum guy, and it was like, forget it. And I was going to wait because we have Cricut now. So in order to cancel Cricut, we have to do it 2 days. Our billing cycle is on the 15th of every month. So we have to do it 2 days before. We do it on the 13th. And I said to the guy, well, I'll call back on the 10th and do the whole thing. He said, why don't I just go ahead and get you set up, send everything out. And he said, this way you can go ahead. And he said, well, you don't have to activate them till you get them. And I'm like, okay. And I'm glad we did, because we're not going to get the phones until the 11th. And then we got to go through the process of transferring everything over. So I will just go ahead. But then I didn't pay my Cricut bill. There's no sense to pay it. Because once I pay it, I'm locked into it for another month. So I took the money for the Cricut bill and I put it towards the Spectrum phone bill. The phones and everything. I thought, oh, I'm not going to pay the Cricut bill. So I can tell you one thing. When you call Cricut, it's very hard to understand them. At least I felt like I was talking to people I could understand on the Spectrum thing. So we'll see. We'll see if what he said is what my bill is going to be. The only thing is I'm hoping that we're not going to have a problem getting the numbers transferred over. Hoping. Not the phones, the numbers. Hoping that will not be a problem. Just say a little prayer that we can get the phone numbers transferred over without a problem. Because hoping that we can do that with no issues. Because the phone number my husband has is my dad's old number. And it's kind of like a legacy number. And so, if we can't transfer that one over, that would be hard. I mean, I don't mind if I had to get a new number. My mom had to. It would be a pain in the neck, but we would make it work. We'd get it done. But my husband's number is considered a legacy number. And that means a lot to us to have that number still. So hopefully we can transfer all the numbers over without a problem. If not, then it's going to be another mess, but it is what it is. I hooked in, we'll see. There we go. So I have some light for the next little bit. See, we've been out here for an hour and my phone went from 47% to 26%. And I don't even think plugging in the cord is going to help it. It is losing power very, very quickly all of a sudden. Hi, Echo. How are you? I shared the live. I didn't realize it was also posted on Kim's channel. I've got to reach out to her, see if she wants me to come live with her one night. I'm glad to see she's feeling better after her fall. I'm glad. Yes, I want you on my channel soon too, okay? We can arrange that. No, let me know. Absolutely. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. My energy level's been improving. But I've also found, and I don't know what it is, over the past like 4 or 5 days, I must have had a little bit of a fibromyalgia flare up because I've been really sore. But I want to see something. Is it that one? No, I don't know if it is. Let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, well, that's the green screen. I'm testing something out. I'm going to be looking forward to getting rid of this thing on the bottom. Ooh. Okay, so that won't be too bad. Okay. So I could just use pictures. Okay. But I wouldn't need a green screen. All right, that'll work. Oh, okay. So I could use, okay. Well, that'll work too. So I could use pictures from stock cake. So in the winter, because we have to plan for winter here in Ohio. Um, in the winter, I can use um, I use stock cake, so I can find some pretty pictures and put them back there. So at least we can, when I go in the bedroom, you guys aren't having to look at. Of course, I don't like the fact that you have to have the rocking chair kind of do that whole thing. That I don't like. I don't know if there's a way to fix that. I'll have to see that. But I mean, not bad. Not terrible. I don't know if putting an actual green screen back there would actually do anything. I don't know, but okay. Well, during the summer, or during the winter when it's cold out, I'll put pretty pictures behind there for you guys so that we can still do our rocking and crocheting and connection. But I don't know if that makes a difference. No, that doesn't. I'm just experimenting, guys, for a second. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't have to do backgrounds, but when we're in the winter, the only place I have to go to do, if we want to do some of these rocking, which people seem to really like when we do the, um, wish I could sit outside. Oh my goodness, that's hot. Um, is when we do the rocking and crocheting and chatting, uh, is in the winter when it is like 20 degrees or 10 degrees or 30 degrees and snowing here. I cannot sit outside. Now you can see in the past, just so everybody knows, in the past it was much brighter. It's about 8:30 and it was much brighter. It's 8:36 Eastern. It was much brighter um, longer. Like it wasn't getting this dark. So now it's starting to get dark just a little bit every day, a little bit lighter. Because usually by 9:30 it was starting to get dark, but it's getting dark a little bit earlier. And so the only place I have to do them in is my bedroom. And I can, oh, I don't know how to do backgrounds. Well, you can do it on, I was experimenting for a minute. Is that Streamlab? Streamlab, you can do a green screen. And and this, I'm going directly through YouTube. When we do these and I come outside, I go through directly through the YouTubes, which really is not a bad thing to do. Going directly through YouTube and using their thing is actually really good because we do that on the way to church. And sometimes it can send the notifications out a little bit more. When we go on StreamYard or Streamlabs in when we go in our like little makeshift studio. See, I'm already at 20%. So frustrating. Uh, and so when we go through Streamlabs and we go in our little mini studio, that's through Streamlabs. But if I wanted to do the little rockin', crocheting, and chatting, I could do it from the computer. But I want you guys to kind of have some kind of background, you know, some kind of picture or something. So I thought, well, if I do a little green screen in the back, right, then at least we could still do it with some kind of pretty background in the background, me in the rocking chair, because then if I sat by the computer in my office chair, it wouldn't really be rocking, crocheting, and chatting, right? I'm going to take my mic off because my phone is now sitting at 20%. I said, the struggle is absolutely real. So hopefully you can hear me, not as well, but this is what I have to do for right now. This is the problem. Otherwise it's going to die. And it seems to be dying very quickly tonight. So hopefully, can you all still hear me? Not as good. I know the microphone makes it easier for y'all to hear me, but it is what it is. I'm actually going to talk right now. This is the mic, and I love it. Josh said we needed new cord things. How do you do an initiated background? Be very useful for me. If you're going through YouTube, if that's what you're talking about, on the side of, okay, all right, I'll look at it. And again, it may not be tonight. I just know I'll send it to you. When you do it, all you can see on the car is that green smile face line on the bottom. The car is so dark you can't see anything else. You can see the eyes a little bit, but that green smile just comes blaring through and you can't see anything else. That was the problem I was having. And it's just been a lot going on the past couple of days. If you're going directly through YouTube, okay, I'll take a look at it because I want to get it on merchandise. When you're going through YouTube, on the side of, well, answer this question, Aqua. Are you talking about going through YouTube itself? Because if you go live through YouTube, there's like a sidebar, okay, of different things to press. Okay, different things to press. There is like a thing that you can turn your camera around. That's the first button. The second button is the microphone. The third button on the side, there's like a bar, and you may have to hit a little thing, like a little arrow that points down to open more things down the side, down the bottom. And then you have a little thing, I'm not even gonna, I just want to sit here saying, my phone is charging faster than what I did. I mean, it's already at 25%. I don't know what I did to have it out here. It must be liking outside. I don't know, but it's charges fasting. I don't know. Anyway, and then you've got battery, I think battery or something else. You've got two other buttons I haven't totally figured out yet. And then you kind of have this person, okay, this, hi Dora, this kind of like, it shows a box with a person in it and kind of lines going down. It's the second to last button. You go ahead and press that, and then you can go ahead and it shows you your camera roll, and you can pick a picture to put in there, and you just press that, and that's what did it. Like this picture that I picked up earlier, you see the green screen now. I will absolutely. You see the green screen, so there's just a green screen with that. But then it says, and then I'm going through all my pictures. Like I'll put this up. You see, Alfonso? That's the car for Blessings Through Connection. Can you see what I'm talking about real quick while I'm going through? You see how dark it is? That's what I was talking about. and go through. So this is like a thumbnail that I had from, I think from whatever I used it from. I think it was when Josh and I went to Columbus. So I got that from Stock Cake. And I just picked that picture to test it out. Now, of course, you see the rocking chair going in and out, but there's nothing I can really do about that. But there's from Stock Cake. So you can just get a picture and we can put it back there. So that way, when it is snowing, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I totally appreciate it. Stock Cake, but you can get pictures from anywhere and be able to put them on there. So then way in the winter, when it's like freezing cold and I can't come outside, I can look up some pretty pictures on Stock Cake and put them behind. Let you all enjoy the pictures. And me sitting there versus whatever. So that's how you do it. And I was fooling around with it because I wanted to see if I needed to actually purchase a green screen or whether it kind of provides it for you. I don't know if purchasing a green screen would solve the problem with the chair. I don't know. Maybe it would. If I had like a green screen behind that, I don't know. I don't know if it would do anything. Because I thought maybe I'll have to go on and get a green screen from Amazon or something. I don't know if it would stop the kind of the pixel part of the chair. I don't know. Don't know. It works way better for my, yeah. I'll have to look at that. You would have to have a green chair, I think, to solve that. Yeah, or I could get green fabric. See, there's always a way around things. I could get a green screen, or I could just go to the Hobby Lobbies and get some green fabric and place it over the chair. I could try that. Just go get some bright, I don't know if I need bright green or just green. So I can try that and just get green and put it over the chair. But then it may look like I'm just no chair whatsoever, but I could try it. I could try it. Bright green fabric from Walmart work as well, which I've used mine as green screen. Good lighting. Okay. That's something to know. Absolutely. But this way, I just figured out if I did it with my office chair, then it wouldn't be rocking and the crochet part would be sitting in the rocking chair. So, because otherwise you're just looking at a Cricut machine and a back wall like you see when I'm behind me when I do the lives from the little studio we have. So anyway. So we'll see, but I will tag everything I got, the phone cases that we got. Now see, it charged up to 24%, and then 5 minutes later it's down to 20%. I give up. I absolutely give up with my phone. I'm done had it. And see, on the bottom of my phone, which I've had for a while, I've had iPhones for years. I've never been the one to worry about breaking them. I've dropped them. I have done everything to them. And I have never had a problem or I've never cracked a screen, but I must have done something to this one because went to wear green while you are, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Don't wear green or I'll just look like a headless person for a while, right? Oh, green while you're in front of a green scene. Also recommend getting blue screen as well in case you're wearing green. That's a neat, I didn't know that. But the bottom of my phone, not only is it having problems with the battery, but the bottom of my phone has like a, it's not, the screen isn't cracked, but kind of the LCD in there, it's got like 2 black lines kind of going across the bottom. So my phone is on its way out. Top of the battery issue. So we will see. I'm going to be very interested to see if my Spectrum bill is exactly what he said it was going to be. They said no hidden fees, no nothing. And then they drop your internet by $20 when you do the cell phone things through it. So we shall see. Yeah, Sandy, if you want to start dropping anybody's links. But listen, it's 8:48 and it's starting to get dark. We used to be out here like till 9:30 and it was finally getting dark about that. So they said every day, I think it was like a week ago or something, you lose lighting. I have a light behind me, so that's why I had to take off my mic. But I'm going to talk to Josh about getting, see, it's down to 18%, and I've got a cord plugged into the dang on thing. I'm over it. I'm over my phone. I'm over it. See? There we go. For the people that came in that didn't see, got the hearts going over there. And it says time. So it says time. And then that's the. And then I'm working on all. God is good all the time. And she says that a lot. So we wanted to do exactly what she says. She says that a lot. And so anyway. Oh. I'm hungry. I'll get something to eat in a minute. Get ready for bed, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I am really tired. Oh, and I'm going to be working with somebody. Oh, the moon is beautiful. It's coming up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful moon. I'm going to be working with somebody too because there's a lady that I found in a local area. She's her name is Broken Flamingo, and we said to each other, listen, this is our Christmas present to each other because we usually spend about 30. I've got my mom's Christmas presents except for her teapot calendar. I said, you're gonna have that. Then I said we usually spend maybe $30-$40 on it per person for Christmas. I said, guess what? Merry Christmas. And Josh's birthday is January 23rd. I said, Merry Christmas, early. So our phones and the phone cases were all an early Christmas present. We said, we're not going to buy each other Christmas presents this year, except for the kids. I've got to get my mom her teapot calendar. Have to. I said, this is what we're doing for Christmas. Am I still live if people... Oh. You have a good night, too. Sandy, can you drop Aqua and anybody else that's in the chat for me, please? And Aqua, if you haven't connected with Blessings Through Connection, that's another great place to connect. That's our other channel. If you go back, I'm going to look. I think it's on Linktree, but I got to find out if it is. And if you want to put in exclamation point B, exclamation point B, T as in Tom, C as in cat, it'll drop the link for Blessings Through Connection. And then Christina's new channel is Explanation Autism. You can't drop it, Aqua, because it's only my mods that can drop that. It's explanation B2C. B as in boy, T as in Tom, C as in cat. Blessings through connection, abbreviated. That's Christina's new channel. She's growing that back again. That's where she does vlogs and stuff. So if anybody can help her out, connect with her channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. That's Blessings Through Connection. We are growing that channel as a way. We have everybody come on. They're made into mods. We have them made as mods. We do channel shout outs. People are connecting in there and finding new places. They look what a better wireless RC mode, long range. Well, that's awesome. Now, I don't know, just something for you to just be noted on, and I don't know if, awesome, thank you. I don't know, Alfonso, when you go live, I don't know if there's a way to kind of, you know, put anything on the wheels so that you don't hear the squeaking a little bit, because you do hear it. I mean, hearing the train, but there's kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe there's not. I don't know enough about model trains or nothing, but see, it's already dark, guys. My phone is on the charger and it's at 16%. This is exactly what I was talking about. That moon is beautiful. I don't know if I can turn it around for you all to see. I have to turn the whole thing. Hold on a second. I'll turn it around. It'll do sometimes lubrication on those. Yeah. I just noticed it the last time I couldn't go live. I was hurting way too much. But I'm going to talk to Josh because I want to get rid of I want to get rid of, this is the one I have, and I have to be able to put, this is the mics we have. So this has to go into the phone, and this goes on. But I want to get a wireless mic, and then I don't have to hook it into the phone. And then with my other phone, at least I can have it charged, and I don't have to, of course, there's a whole new way of charging everything now with the new phones. But I would like to have a wireless one. Hold on a second, I'll show you all the moon. And you know, just so you know, every time I have ended a live, sure enough, there's been a deer just walking right. Every past couple times I've ended the live, I'm like, you couldn't come over here while we were doing the live, couldn't you? And they just come over, they walk over in the grass. I had one come over, I mean, he would just waltz it on over. I thought it was a dog at first. I'm like, no, it's not. It's an actual deer. And it just came waltzing over like it was nothing. And I'm like, you couldn't have come up just a few minutes before that. Right? Nah, not my luck. I'm waiting for the moon to get up just a little higher so you guys can see it. Because it is well, it's not quite a full moon, but it's almost a full moon. It is absolutely stunning. So be on the lookout. We're going to look to go to that hot air and laser show with or without the kids. That'll be next Saturday. I want to go to that. And then there's supposed to be a blueberry festival on Friday we may go to. And the Smiths, where we went to that restaurant in Columbus, is going to be there. I have the wheels that are already wearing down, especially plastic ones. I would have to find the metal ones. They're very, oh my goodness, 50 a pair. Oh, I didn't realize that. See, I don't know enough about trains to be able to know that, Fonzo. I mean, I love seeing the train. I love what you've done with the, having the train. I love the fact that our connection cakes go for a ride. But I love that you've put the train on its own camera. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that you did that. So that's next week. And then in September, the Oh, see, I'm learning something new. In September, I think it's September 14th, the Clydesdales with the Budweisers, with Budweiser are going to be in Ashland, Ohio. And so Christina wants to go. We've seen the Clydesdale horses. They came to trade winds, but we couldn't go down where they were hooked. You know, they hook them up and they take them, so forth. So she'd like to see that. So we're gonna, if she doesn't come with us, but I'm sure she will, we're gonna go. They'll be down in Ashland, Ohio, between 3 and 5 in September. So we're for sure gonna go with or without her to show you the Clydesdale horses. They are absolutely magnificent to see close up. We got to see them all last time. They were wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I've got the thing on Facebook. It's probably not there anymore. I don't know if it is or not, but I should go see on the personal one if I could go pull it up, because maybe I could put a video together with it. But they were down. They needed like a place to stay, and so they had them down in Tradewinds Park down in where we lived, and we went over and saw them. Good evening. Have a good evening, Echo. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, the moon's a good place. I'm going to try to turn you all around so you can see the moon. I have to stand up. See, it looks lighter than it is. Where's the moon? Oh, probably because I need to raise it up. Or attempt to raise it up. Where's the trees? There's the 2 trees. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Oh. I'm going to take you off the phone stand for a second. All right. Can you not? I don't know if you can see the moon. There you go. There's the moon. Isn't that beautiful? And it's actually darker than it is. It's actually darker. It's getting darker. There's the moon. And then you can see, like, over here, right here, is where the trees are starting to get thinned out. And then again, you've got these trees over there that are starting to literally turn. You can see that one. Got a turning leaves happening. That one right there. But the moon, try not to make anybody dizzy. I'm sorry if I am. There's the moon. Isn't that beautiful? There's the moon. There's the moon. So it used to be like 9:30, 9:15, so it's getting a little darker every day. That's what they said it was going to be, a little darker every day. But that moon is certainly pretty. And the camera doesn't do it justice. It's really pretty. The camera just doesn't do it justice. That is really pretty. Try not to shake the camera too much. So anyway, so you can see now that when I turn the camera around how really dark it's getting at 9 o'clock. So anyway, I'm going to head off here. I wanted to hop on. And again, if there's things that we can be doing that will improve things or things you all would like to see, let us know. I can say that like I said, when I turn the camera that way, it's much more of an image. I mean, it looks lighter when I turn the camera that way than when I did it the other way. But, I think that there's a lot that's gone on, and I thank everybody for their patience and understanding as we've just gone through some stuff, a lot of stuff. Patty's passing was hard, and it knocked me for a loop a little bit, and it was funny. Try not to cry. I was in Kohl's, and recently, and I actually picked up a shirt, and I had a $15 Kohl's cash, so I thought, well, I'm going to use my $15 Kohl's cash. So it didn't cost me much for the shirt. And I saw this shirt, it had a pumpkin on it. And usually when we head down to Josh's family in Indiana, which we'll probably end up doing again this year, I'll wear something that's kind of Thanksgiving-ish. So we go Thanksgiving Day, and then we stay a couple days and go to this other side of the family. And my aunt had given Christina a shirt. It's a bicycle with a kind of pumpkins on it. Christina didn't want it, so she gave it to me. And I said to my mom, I don't think I can wear that shirt this year. I just don't think I can wear it. And I debated whether or not, I think the shirt costs like, I don't know, $20. It cost me like $5 for the shirt. And I thought, I kept putting it back, kept picking up the shirt, putting it back, and I said, no, I'm going to get this shirt. And I didn't think of why I said that till we literally got in the car. And I showed my mom the shirt. I said, look what I found. And I said, I can wear it when we go to Kenya's and Josh's aunt and uncle in Thanksgiving. My mom's going to cut my hair before I do anything, before I get ready for bed. And I sat there and I said, I have a shirt that I usually wear for Thanksgiving, but Patty gave it to Christina, and then Christina gave it to me. And I said, I don't think I can wear that shirt this year. Maybe next year. But I think if I wore that shirt, it would be really, really hard. And I didn't think of that until I was in the car holding the shirt, realizing that what I normally wear for Thanksgiving, I don't think I can wear this Thanksgiving. And I think that we need to remember that grief in itself, whatever process you have to go through you do it under your own timetable. Don't look at doing it at anybody else's timetable but your own. Because it makes it a lot more real when you do it underneath your own timetable. But I thought, I didn't even think of that until I'm in Kohl's going, why am I struggling to buy this shirt or not buy the shirt? It was because I knew that the shirt that I normally wear, I couldn't put on this year. Next year, maybe. But I'm thinking, I don't think wearing it would be hard, but a lot of people have complimented me on that shirt. And I said, oh, my aunt gave it to me. And I think the minute I said that, I do what I'm doing right now. I kind of get teared up. Be the first Thanksgiving without her. At least to call and wish her happy Thanksgiving. And I thought, I can't do it. can't wear that shirt this year. And that's okay. Because it'll be a different Thanksgiving. And then she got those beautiful Christmas ornaments down in Berlin. And I'm so glad. Oh, I am so glad that she went in there and bought all those ornaments for all of us. And I'm sure when I pull out the ornament she picked for me, I'm probably going to get a little misty-eyed. And that's okay. But thank you guys for just being there. This is not about building an audience. It's about building a community. And we'll get there one little bit at a time. And sure enough, when I turn this live off, there's going to be a deer going right across, right? Do things like that, maybe. You know, if you have a family member who you know is dealing with a lifelong, a life terminal illness, maybe go have them do something. See, I knew that my aunt loved Christmas. And I knew that she loved giving gifts at Christmas. Christmas was really special to her. So I knew that her picking out Christmas ornaments that we could hang on our tree, to be able to remember that Patty gave us those, would mean so much. And my aunt even said that was one of the best experiences she had, was going around the Christmas store picking out ornaments for everybody. And she actually picked out one for herself that she was going to pass on to her daughter. But you have to think of those things. But I just thank everybody for their patience and understanding, and realizing that my grief journey isn't over yet. Thanksgiving's going to come around, and I think I'm probably going to be a little emotional. Christmas is going to come around. That one's going to be a hard one. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is always difficult for me. But the first year without Patty, yeah, that's going to be hard. But see, we have built a community. I don't care how many people come into a chat here. Yes, would I like the chat to be flowing a little bit more? Absolutely, for you guys. And it will happen. It's happening over at Blessings Through Connection too. People that come over there. Today was a little slow over there, but it's okay. It's going to grow. But we're going to keep reaching out. We're going to keep reaching out to new content creators, making connections, building community, not building an audience, making those connections. They are so, so, so powerful. And hopefully, my phone will be a much better working phone than the one that I have right now. I can turn the camera around and let you see. I wonder if I turn that light off. Hold on a second. I'm trying not to make anybody dizzy. But this way you guys can see. See how dark it got? And it's 9/11. Look how beautiful that moon is. It's 9/11. And it was light until like 9:30 at night. That is a beautiful moon. oops, they'll literally walk right across here, cross there, and then they go back in the woods back in there. And several of them have gotten, and sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 of them walk by. Somebody upset the birdie. I don't know who, but somebody did. So anyway, I will let y'all go. There, you can really see me for a minute. So anyway, be proud of being yourself. Everybody else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you on the next one. I will talk to you all later. Friday, Blessings Through Connection, 8 p.m. And then on Saturday, 2 p.m. And then we'll try to do a live Saturday before going over to Alfonso's. And we'll also try to gift our memberships out on Saturday, if nothing else. So we'll talk to everybody later. Love y'all. Have a great night. Bye-bye, everybody.